In this video, I will reveal Magical Bones' incredible disappearing stunt on Britain's Got Talent. Here's a recap of what happened. In this trick, the magician walks to the judges and asks Simon to select a playing card, which is to be signed. The same card Simon signed is then placed at the center of the deck and then sprung into the air. The magician does a backflip and catches the card. After that, the magician introduces a yellow sash that he hands over to his blonde-haired assistant on stage. Another female assistant wearing a yellow hoodie is encased inside a glass box that is impaled all around with swords to stop her from escaping the box. A curtain is introduced on stage to cover up the box. The magician goes behind the curtain and amazingly switches spots with the female yellow-colored hoodie assistant when the swords are removed from the glass box, and the magician reveals himself from inside the red hoodie. In a surprising twist, the blonde-haired assistant, who had originally been standing behind the judges, switched places with the magician. Well, how did he perform this trick? Here is the explanation. There are two main tricks in this performance, and the first one involves catching a signed card during a flip. To understand how this trick is performed, pay attention to what happens when the signed card is returned to the magician by Simon. As soon as the card is placed on the lower half of the deck, and the remaining half is placed on top, it seems like something unusual happens, like the magician manipulates the deck in some way. What he does here is known as a card control, specifically the classic pass. Here you can see how the classic pass is executed from the magician's point of view. A pinky break separates the top and bottom halves of the deck. The top packet is then pulled down and repositioned at the bottom, effectively moving the selected card to the top of the deck. After this move, Simon's card is at the top of the deck. The magician flips the deck face down, and you'll notice his left hand appears to be doing something as the card shifts to his left hand. He seems to struggle with it, and upon close observation, you'll notice a corner of the card slightly exposed. The magician palms Simon's signed card. This is done by pushing the card against the top section of the deck with the pinky and bending it. The card pops up and rests against the palm with a slight curve, held between the pinky and the base of the thumb. Now that you understand how the card control works, it's clear that during the flip the card remained in the magician's left hand the entire time, and he only created the illusion of catching it from the spring in the air. Moving on to the second major illusion, the teleportation trick. When the yellow hoodie woman gets in the box, and they cover her with a lid, you'll spot something unusual. You can see black objects at the edges where the glass meets the frame of the lid. These black rectangular objects are not spotted anywhere else on the lid. These black objects are in fact hinges that serve an important purpose. They allow the top lid to be opened by the person inside the box when it's covered. This clear glass is actually clear acrylic plastic for safety reasons. When the swords are placed inside the box, 4 horizontally and 2 vertically. As the lid moves upwards, the 2 vertical swords move up with it. Since the lid and the swords are attached to the top lid, allowing the person inside to escape from the top. A switch happens between the girl in the yellow hoodie inside the box, and the girl beside the judges happens when the curtain is brought forward. You may be wondering, how did this blonde-haired girl get behind the curtain when she was standing beside the judges in the beginning? Well, to facilitate this switch, look at how the stage is structured. You'll notice there are stairs on the left of the stage that have access to the back of the left large screens. She simply walks and goes behind the screens, from where she removes her black hoodie, revealing a red one underneath, and switches places with the girl in the yellow hoodie. So the moment the magician went behind the curtain, he remained hidden behind it, and it was never him you saw inside the box when the girl in the glass box is uncovered. The magician goes off stage, carefully hiding behind the curtain, and removing his red hoodie, revealing a black hoodie underneath. The magician was actually wearing 3 layers of clothing, a black jacket, a red and a black hoodie. He removes the black jacket when he was going behind the curtain, where he switches places with the girl, ultimately creating the illusion that he was in the glass box. But the reason for taking off his red hoodie to reveal a black one underneath was because the blonde-haired assistant was wearing a black hoodie when standing beside the judges. This wraps up the explanation of how both tricks were executed in the performance. Behind this mask, only the truth remains till we meet again.